Hey, welcome to Daily Fitness Life. I'm really glad you could join me today. All right, today we're going to cut through all the noise. I know there's just so much conflicting advice out there about what it really takes to change your body, and honestly, it can be pretty overwhelming. So we're going to break down a simple, science-backed system that actually works. Ready to get into it? Let's go. So, let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You're putting in the work, you're sweating it out at the gym, but the scale just isn't budging, or the person you see in the mirror doesn't seem to reflect all that effort. You hear one person say, do more cardio, and the next person says, no, you have to lift weights. It's confusing, right? And it can be super frustrating. But here's the thing. What if the answer isn't about choosing one or the other? What if the secret is a complete system? We're going to look at three powerful, interconnected pillars that work together to create real, lasting change. We're talking about the exercise signal, the right kind of fuel, and of course, recovery. Okay, let's dive into pillar one, the workout signal. I want you to think of your workout, especially resistance training, like firing off a starting pistol. It's this powerful, unmistakable signal that you send to your body that says, hey, it's time to adapt, it's time to get stronger, it's time to change. So, how exactly does that signal work when it comes to burning calories? This is where that whole cardio versus weights debate gets really interesting. Look, cardio is great, don't get me wrong, it burns a ton of calories while you're doing it. But weight training, well, it has a kind of superpower. It revs up your engine and keeps your body burning more calories long after you've finished your last. And that superpower has a name. It's called EPOC, which stands for excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. But you can just think of it as the afterburn effect. See, after a tough weightlifting session, your body has to work overtime to repair muscle, replenish energy, and just get back to normal. And all that work, it requires extra oxygen, which means it burns extra calories. The workout is just the beginning. So how long does this afterburn last? Is it, an hour or two? No. The research is pretty incredible here. Your metabolism can stay elevated for up to 38 hours after just one solid resistance training session. Think about that. That means the workout you did on Monday morning could still be burning extra calories for you on Tuesday afternoon. Now that is a game changer. Okay, so you've sent the signal. Your body got the message loud and clear. Now it's time for pillar two, the fuel. Your body is primed and ready to rebuild, but it can't build something out of nothing. It needs the right raw materials, the right building blocks. The key process we want to help out here is something called muscle protein synthesis, or MPS for short. Now that sounds pretty technical, but all it really means is it's your body's process for repairing the tiny bits of damage from your workout and building new, stronger muscle. And our goal with nutrition is to make that process as efficient as possible. So how do we do that? Well, how much protein do we need? The science on this is actually surprisingly clear. For most of us, getting about 20 to 25 grams of high-quality protein in a meal is the sweet spot. That's the amount that really kicks muscle protein synthesis into high gear. Piling on more in one sitting doesn't really add much. It's all about consistency, meal after meal. All right, so we've got the amount down, 20 to 25 grams. But does it matter where that protein comes from? Is a scoop of protein powder the same as a chicken breast or a handful of nuts when it comes to building muscle? Well, the answer is a definite no. And you can really see why on this chart. It tells a powerful story. If we take casein protein, which is slow digesting, as our baseline, you can see that soy protein boosts that muscle building response by about 31%. Pretty good. But then look at whey protein. It just blows the others out of the water with a response that's more than double that of casein. It just goes to show how effective a fast-acting protein like whey can be, especially right after your workout. And that brings us to our third and, I would argue, most overlooked pillar, the power of recovery. You could have the most perfect workout plan and the most dialed-in nutrition. But if you're skipping out on recovery, you are leaving so much progress on the table. Because the real magic, the actual growth, doesn't happen when you're lifting. It happens when you're resting. I want you to just let this number sink in for a second. A single bad night of sleep can slash your body's ability to build new muscle by almost 20%. It's a huge deal. This right here shows that sleep isn't a luxury for people with extra time. It is an absolutely non-negotiable part of the process. So why is sleep so critical? Well, a huge part of it comes down to hormones. When you don't sleep enough, you create the absolute worst possible hormonal cocktail for your goals. Your stress hormone, cortisol, goes way up, and at the same time, your key muscle-building hormone, testosterone, goes way down. You're literally fighting an uphill battle against your own body's chemistry. Okay, we've covered a lot. We've talked about the workout signal, the fuel to build, and the power of recovery. So now let's put it all together into a simple, straightforward blueprint you can use to start seeing the success you deserve. Here it is, your 3-step blueprint. It's that simple. Step 1, signal. Send that powerful message to your body with resistance training 2 to 4 times per week. Step 2, fuel. Give your body those essential building blocks by aiming for 20 to 25 grams of quality protein with your meals. And step 3, recover. Let the real growth happen by getting 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every night. That's the system. Signal, fuel, recover. So before we finish up, I want you to forget about trying to be perfect overnight. Just look at these 3 pillars and ask yourself this one simple question. What is one small, totally manageable change you can make today? Maybe it's just making sure you have protein with your breakfast tomorrow, or maybe it's setting a bedtime reminder on your phone. Real progress always comes from those small, consistent actions. If this helped you make sense of things today, it would be a huge help if you like the video and subscribe to Daily Fitness Life. We're all about simple, effective wellness guidance just like this. Thanks so much for your time.